Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the daily 10-minute update with your boy Philakone. Thank you very much for joining me. For those that don't know me, my name is Philakone, and I've been in the crypto game for about 9 years now. I remember back in 2015 when I started, I had no idea what Bitcoin halving even was. I had no idea the concept of even buying low and selling high. I didn't know what day trading or investing really was in any way. It was more so just learning as you go. And then fast forward 9 years, now with a multi-million-dollar portfolio, on top of $1 million day trading sizes, I've definitely accumulated 9 years of experience, and I'm here to help you navigate through the perilous journey of crypto with the hopes of maximizing your profits and helping you avoid the pitfalls and the dangers of the crypto market. So let's get started. So the goal of any investor or any day trader or anybody that is working in finance is to capitalize and make profit. And in the crypto market, it's definitely no different. Our goal is to make a shit ton of money while managing our risk. We all want to put some sort of capital into the market, and we expect it to grow substantially. And what we have to remember is that crypto is one of the largest growing sectors in the world, and it also has minted more millionaires than any other job in the world. So because of that fact and because of the growth of it and the mainstream adoption and the regulation, I personally believe that Bitcoin is something that's going to go to millions of dollars in the future when the regulation does come into play and when the supply becomes more scarce and there's only 21 million Bitcoins in the world when we reach the final block mined. I completely understand that the world economic conditions and the financial markets, they're entirely different in the previous years and in previous cycles. And that's something to consider as well. Another thing that we also have to understand is that history tends to repeat itself, especially many different types of economic conditions in the world as well. So it's okay for us to use past data historically. For example, in 2012, 2016, 2020, the previous bull market pre-halving cycles, it's okay to use that as a gauge of what could possibly happen this time again as well. So what we've observed in previous cycles is that the Bitcoin bear market usually will last about 400 days from the very top of the all-time high to the bottom. And then an accumulation period occurs for a long period of time. So after those 400 days, it doesn't necessarily mean that altcoins are going to find the bottom. What it means is Bitcoin has found the bottom and it levels out. And then usually altcoins will find stability a few months after that. Like for example, in this particular cycle, we found that the altcoins ended up finding stability and a bottom more so between July and about September. And those were great times to accumulate. And there's many different other factors that we can use to gauge when Bitcoin is near bottom. For example, one of the metrics that I use would be the historical risk index. So if the risk levels are anywhere below 0.4, where 1 is at the bull market peak, and when it drops to closer to 0, that's when the risk is lower. And you can also use factors such as the fear and the greed index as well to try to time a bottom. Another major factor what we would use is the all-time high drawdown. So what we've seen in other markets before is that when Bitcoin reaches a top, it generally draws down about 80%. In this market, we actually only found the bottom after 70%. So after 70%, people were expecting Bitcoin to go a lot lower than that $15,000 region, but it actually just never did. So when you think of these three things, they were very good conditions to buy. Now that we know when are some good conditions to buy, we have to talk about this particular cycle right now, okay? Many people believe that Bitcoin is going to drop lower than the current $60,000 levels. And I definitely have to agree as well that we are going to drop. But the question is, to what key levels and when is it a reasonable time to actually buy? One of the best indicators to use would be the chandelier exit indicator by Everget on TradingView. And the reason why it's a great indicator is because it's a measurement of the volatility using the ATR, the average true range. And the average true range is a great indicator for volatility. So if something does change, it's going to tell us based off of that volatility and how long it's held true. So for example, for this current bull market trend, ever since the end of 2022 till now, the weekly charts chandelier exit indicator has actually held true to be green the entire time. So that support level would be around $55,000 if we were to break around 60. So there's three key levels right now. One is 60,500. If that breaks, we'll get to the 4-day chandelier exit support at 58K. If that breaks, we'll get to the weekly chandelier exit indicator at 55K. Another major indicator that you can use would be the 50 exponential moving average and the 100 and the 200 EMA as well. The reason for this is because after every single 400-day period where we drop, like I mentioned earlier, that it takes Bitcoin to find a bottom, after the 400 days, it will usually oscillate between the 50, the 100, and the 200 EMA, where it finds the best support around the 100, and sometimes it's going to dip even below the 200. But after this period of 400 days, it will find the support, and it tends to be very bullish back above the 200 EMA, and it rarely touches it again. Maybe every so often, but not often. What it more so does is it oscillates between the 50 and the 100 EMA on the daily chart. So if you go to your charts right now and you look on the daily chart, what you're going to see is that the 50 EMA has already been broken. But the 100 EMA is just about to be tested. And that's at the key level of the 58K region that I was talking about, which also coincides with the 4-day chandelier exit support at 58K. So during these levels, they get touched every so often during a major bull market rally. And right now, my point is, this is one of the very last opportunities for you to get into crypto at any reasonable price. Because once this 58K region gets hit, now it might go a little bit lower, which is also at the 100 EMA. But if it does go a little bit lower, it's probably just going to graze around the weekly chandelier exit at 55K. And if it goes a little bit lower, that's fine. But what we do know from history is that it usually recovers very quickly. So if you're not in a position already, what I need to firmly make you understand is that time is running out. And because timing is running out, you must make a decision. You must be able to evaluate your risk and see if it's worth it. And if you're not in a position, you got to ask yourself, what are you waiting for? You can't be waiting forever. There are many key metrics right now, technically, on all indicators stating that a bottom is either in already or it is so imminently close to a bottom that it's almost not worth waiting for anymore. Not only that, tired now. Alts have also dropped significantly from that last March 14th high that it reached. We're talking about 60% drawdowns for some coins, and that's a major drop already. So if you're waiting for a little bit more, what you don't understand is if and when a bottom does end up getting hit, the rally is going to be super fast to the upside, so fast that you're not going to get into a good position. So just to summarize, Bitcoin on the daily chart is hitting near the 100 EMA. It's also getting close to that 4-day chandelier exit support, which also coincides with the 100 EMA on the daily. So because of that, it acts as a very strong support. And if that does break, it's only going to be temporary and it's going to drop below that 100 EMA on the daily. It'll probably just cause a wick to 55K. Now, it is entirely possible that we drop even further, right? Much, much further. But what we also have to firmly understand is that the Bitcoin halving event already occurred during the summer periods. After the Bitcoin halving event, it's a generally slower period, and the bull market and Bitcoin and the entire market doesn't really pick up until about September or October after the summer season. So don't expect too much during the summer season, but what I do expect is for you to accumulate. So my best advice for everybody right now would be to get interested in Bitcoin. Make sure you're spending your time figuring out how to day trade, because if you diversify between investing in your portfolio and also attempting to day trade as well, For example, if you have 100% of your capital, okay? Out of that 100, you have 80% in a portfolio and you have 20% for day trading, you can highly maximize your day trading profits. And that's what I intend to do. And it's always a good time to get that experience under your belt. Because if you have this type of day trading experience with you, when the all-time high does end up getting reached, you're going to sell your entire position and not hold long term. And the only thing you'll have left to do is day trade, because you won't be holding anything anymore. So you must be able to trade in a bull market so you can trade in a bear market as well. So make sure you guys are really watching out between the 55K and the 60K region. The bottom might be in already. If not, you're going to have an amazing opportunity to buy super cheap. And it might be one of the last opportunities that you get it at a reasonable price. And you're not going to want to miss this, because there are diminishing returns. The next bull market after this one is not going to yield nearly as close to the same types of profit, because every time the market cap gets too high, it's too difficult to double. And this is one of the last times, I'm telling you guys, the third bull market that I've been in here, that you're going to get in at a reasonable price, guys. So make sure you're staying incredibly diligent and you're studying and you're learning how to day trade and you're learning how to invest properly as well. And guys, this is going to be my very last week that I have my courses on sale. 75% off. It's been on sale. I have two major courses you need to pick up. One is the Emergency Bull Market Survival Guide that teaches you how to day trade from $1 million level. You're going to learn 4 of my powerful strategies that I've been using to be heavily profitable in the market. If you learn these 4 strategies, they are going to add a huge arsenal to your day trading every day. That is only $125 right now. It's on sale from $400. So is the other course. I also have an investing course as well. This investing course is going to show you how I manage my $5 million portfolio. And it's going to give you great insight on exactly what I plan to do and specifically how I plan to exit the market later down the road. So make sure you guys are picking that up, okay? It's 75% off till the end of this week, and that's it. Have a great day. Take care now.